Welcome to the following presentation of the World Football League on the Replay Sports Channel. Good afternoon, football fans, and welcome to Energy Stadium here in Houston, Texas, where Game 2 of Wildcard Saturday taking place between the Detroit Wheels and the Houston Roughnecks. Hi everybody, Glenn Walker here from the press box, where we will have our second game of the day. We'll talk more about what happened earlier, if you missed it, between Birmingham and Toronto. We're under the dome here, perfect weather inside between the Wheels and the Roughnecks. These are two Central Division foes. They played each other twice, and in fact, most recently last week, Houston took care of business against the Wheels. And if we take a look at the playoff ranking here in the Western Conference, you will see Houston is the 3 seed, Detroit is the 6 seed. And we're going to go ahead and take you on down to the field, where Detroit has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. Appreciate all of you joining us here on the Replay Sports Channel as we prepare to kick off. Carlson puts the ball on the tee. Carter is your deep man for Detroit. And we're underway here from Houston. Carter's going to take it from just inside the end zone. He's to the 10, 20, on to the 30, 40, has a man to beat down the sideline, but he is finally tripped up by Penny at the 44-yard line of Detroit, and that's where the Wheels will get started. It would help if I switch the camera over so you can see the field. Sorry about that. Well, while we're waiting for that, you'll see the starting lineups here for the Detroit Wheels offense. Starting at quarterback, it'll be Aaron Rodgers. Tailback will be Javonte Williams. The H-back will be Max Williams. Your wide receivers are Quez Watkins and DeAndre Carter. The tight end, Travis Kelce, just named to the Western Conference All-Star team. Penisul will be the left tackle. Drew Dahlman will be the left guard. Tyler Biadasz will be the center. James Daniels will be the right guard. Andrew Thomas at right tackle. 1st and 10. Detroit in their white jerseys, gold pants, gold helmets, red numerals, moving left to right across your screen. Rodgers moves to the pistol. Split backfield, back to pass, over the middle, completes it to Kelce, who's already inside Houston territory for 1st down. Kelce, the leading receiver for Detroit, 66 catches, 731 yards, and 6 touchdowns this season. Take a look at that Houston defense. Your defensive ends are Danielle Hunter and Jerry Hughes. Defensive tackles are David Onyemata and Armin Watts. Your linebackers: Cole Holcomb, Kazir White, Chandler Jones. Your defensive backs are Greg Newsome, Eric Harris, Trevor Moehrig, and Dante Jackson. 1st and 10 at the Houston 42. A formation for Detroit. Hand off to Javonte Williams, off tackle right, gets to about the 40, where he's tackled by Jackson. There was a flag, but it is picked up immediately, so no flag there for Detroit. Wheels making their 18th playoff appearance as a franchise. They are 17-14 as a franchise in postseason play. They lost in the Western Wildcard game last season. Brings up 2nd and 6. Ball at the Houston 38. We're just underway here from Houston. Screen pass over to Williams. He's going to get to the 35. There's going to be a penalty flag on the play.
Ineligible man downfield. Offense, number 63, 5-yard penalty.
Alex Kemp, our referee tonight, making the call. And that will push Detroit back to the Houston 43. Houston making its 25th appearance as a franchise. That's 3rd most in the league behind Washington and Philadelphia. They are 14-22. This is their first playoff appearance since 2019. Three wide receiver set on 2nd and 11. Rodgers back to Prash. Under a little pressure. Completes over to Palmer at the 40. And pick up a 4. Two of his main targets at wide receiver are out today. Shepard with a knee injury was listed as doubtful, did not participate in the pregame warm-ups. And DJ Chark, ankle injury, out for a couple of weeks. Brings up 3rd and 7. Ball at the Houston 39. Rodgers with time. Throws over the middle for Kelsey. It's picked off. Mooring with the pick. And he's going to return it into Detroit territory. So Detroit's first possession ends in a turnover. Trevin Mooring, safety, with the pickoff. And Houston will have the ball at the Detroit 41. Take a look at that Houston offense led by Joe Burrow, making the All-Star team for the Western Conference. Won the passing title this year, quarterback rating of 110.7. Lone running back in the offensive setup would be David Johnson. They are missing Nick Chubb. He is out with a knee injury. Injured on the first carry of the game last week against Detroit. They're hoping to have him back if they make the next round. Amendola and Cooks are the wide receivers. Gronkowski and Njoku are the tight ends. Left tackle Brady Christensen, left guard Royce Newman, center Alex Mack. James Hurst is the right guard. Rob Havenstein is the right tackle. Houston in their silver helmets, silver pants, red jerseys, blue numbers. They're moving right to left across your screen. Hand off to Johnson, off tackle left. He's going to get to about the 40. A couple more. Finally spun down. After a gain of 4, we'll take a look at that Detroit off defense for you. They're running a 3-4. Oliver and Franklin Myers are the defensive ends. Stewart is the nose tackle. Okwara, Okrekri, Anzalone, and T.J. Watt are the linebackers. T.J. Watt, 15 sacks this season, and a nominee for Defensive Player of the Year. Your defensive backs, Adderey Jackson, Amani Hooker, Derwin James, and Carlton Davis. 2nd and 6, ball at the Detroit 37. Three wide receivers set in for Houston. Burrow for his first pass attempt. Flag on the play. Completes it to Sutton at the 25. Tackled by Jackson.
Encroachment defense. Number 90, 5-yard penalty.
And it looks like Houston's going to decline that. They'll keep the gain at 15 yards. They'll put the ball at the Detroit 22. Opening moments of the Western Wildcard game between the Wheels and the Roughnecks. Burrow changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Looking to go deep for Amendola in the end zone and just overthrows him. Jackson closely watching him there. So bring up second down. Ball's at the Detroit 22. Second and 10. Johnson with a handoff. Gets to the 20. Near the 17. And we have an injured Detroit player, Okwara, heading to the sideline to receive some medical help. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 for the Roughnecks. Empty backfield. Burrow under pressure, and he's sacked by guess who? T.J. Watt. Loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 4th and 9, and Daniel Carlson will come out to attempt the field goal. 30 of 34 on the season. Carlson from 39 yards away. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. So with 10:33 left to go in quarter number 1, the Roughnecks take a 3-0 lead here in the WFL West Wildcard game. Again, thank you for joining us here on the Replay Sports Channel. I'm Glenn Walker. Opening weekend of the 2022 WFL playoffs. We had an exciting game earlier today. Toronto had to go to overtime to take care of the Birmingham Americans. And hoping we'll get another exciting game here as Carlson prepares to kick this one away. Carter's going to watch that one sail through the end zone, and Detroit will take it at their own 25. If you're just joining us, Detroit won the toss, was driving down the field, and Rodgers had a pass intercepted. So this will be their second possession. Handoff is to Williams, off tackle left. He's to the 25. Stopped by Hunter at the 26. Just a gain of 1. Javonte Williams, leading rusher for the Wheels this season. 189 carries, 871 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Three wide receivers set now in for Detroit. Rodgers, back to pass, completes it to Kelsey at the 33, and he's pushed out of bounds by Morig. He'll be a couple of yards shy of the first down, brings up 3rd and 2, 9:52 to go here in the first quarter. Four wide receivers set. In for Detroit, Rodgers, back to pass, with plenty of time, flag on the play, just misses with his receiver
Holding
there.
Offense, number 63, 10-yard penalty.
So the holding call will be declined. Houston will take the play, the incompletion, and I'll bring up 4th and 2. And out will come the punter, Cameron Johnston. King back to receive for Houston, staying at about his own 30. Johnson gets away a beauty, and fair catch is called for near the 23-yard line. Clock stops with 9:10 left to go first quarter. Houston leads it 3-0. Again, as we mentioned, Houston making its first playoff appearance since the 2019 season. They got all the way to the divisional playoff round before they lost. They lead the all-time series versus Detroit 29-24. They defeated the Wheels 37-13 last week to close out the regular season. Burrow had a very good day that day, 22 of 25, 295 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Johnson's the lone running back behind Burrow. Burrow forced to run this one himself. I think there's a miscommunication there between him and Johnson. So it ended up being at least a 2-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 8, ball at the Houston 25. Burrow back to pass. Screen pass to Johnson. He's to the 30, has the first down, 35. Finally stopped at the Houston 36. 1st and 10 for the Roughnecks. 8:16 to go here in the first quarter. They lead 3-0. Again, Roughnecks without their starting running back, Nick Chubb. He is out with a knee injury today. They will rely on David Johnson. Hand off Johnson, off tackle right. Gets to the 40, finally tackled by Williams after a gain of 6 on the play. Nearing the halfway point of the first quarter. Brings up 2nd and 4. Burrow will pass on 2nd and short. Completes it to Cooks at midfield. Pushed out of bounds by Davis. Picks up a first down, a gain of 9. Ball just inside Detroit territory. Play action. Burrow gonna throw. And it's just out of the reach of Sutton, incomplete. Sutton had one man beat, but the pass just a little bit beyond his reach. Brings up 2nd and 10. Burrow walking up to the line to change the play. Back to the pistol. Ball is hiked. Throws over the middle, looking for Njoku, but tipped away at the last moment by Hooker. Brings up 3rd and 10. Empty backfield behind Burrow. Plenty of time. Back to pass. incomplete, but there's a flag on the play. It's going to be roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer, defense. Number 90, 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And Stewart gets called with the roughing the passer. And we'll take a look at that play again on the replay. Got to protect our quarterbacks. And yep, he was hit after the throw. So on Mac first down, ball will be placed at the Detroit 34. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Houston on their second drive into Detroit territory. Houston use a primarily 12 formation. One running back, two tight ends as Johnson goes off tackle right. There's another flag on the play. Gain of 3.
Encroachment, defense. Number 91, 5-yard penalty.
And Houston will take the result of the penalty, and that'll give them 5 yards, puts them at the Detroit 29. 3 penalties already on the day for Detroit, 3 for 25. Play action. Burrow in trouble. He's going to run for it. And he is hit at the line of scrimmage by Okereke. Brings up 2nd and 4. They'll give Burrow a gain of a yard. Three wide receivers set in for Houston. Burrow from the gun, back to pass, over the middle, completes it to Cooks. He's got a first down near the Detroit 25. Jackson with the tackle. They'll set up 1st and 10 at the Detroit 23. 10th play of the drive coming up for Houston. They are eating up time of possession here in the first quarter. Stay in that 3 wide receiver set. Burrow under some pressure, and TJ Watt in the mix there with another sack. 2nd sack of the day for Watt. 15 sacks on the season to lead the league, and he is a nominee for Defensive Most Valuable Player. They'll put Houston back to the Detroit 27 and bring up 2nd and 14. Burrow changing the call at the line again. Be a draw play to Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage by Watt. Watt really making a name for himself early for Detroit on the defense. It'll bring up 3rd and 14. Houston needs to get to the Detroit 13 to pick up a first down. Four wide receiver set. Gronkowski the lone tight end. Back to pass with time. Quick pass to Gronkowski at the 20. He'll be well shy of the first down, tackled by James near the 18. And it'll bring up 4th and 5, and we're going to see Daniel Carlson again for another field goal attempt. Carlson was successful from 39 yards earlier. This one looks to be from about 35. Good snap, hold. The kick is down the middle, and it's good. So with 2:34 to go, I should say, Houston leads it by a score of 6-0 here from the WFL 2022 Wildcard Weekend. Detroit being coached. Well, let me get to the kickoff here, sorry. Carter is the deep man. Carlson gets away a short kickoff here. Carter's going to take it his own 15. He's to the 30. And he is met by Penny at the Detroit 30. As I was saying, Detroit is coached by Dan Campbell. He's in his second season with the club, so 2 straight years of leading Detroit to the playoffs. Lovie Smith is the head coach for Houston. This is the 3rd team he's led to the playoffs. He led the Chicago Fire and the Tampa Bay Bandits to the playoffs. He's 5-7 in playoff history. It's his first one with Houston. Detroit gets the ball at their own 30. 2.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. I formation, lined up behind Rodgers. Play action. Going to throw. In trouble. Gets it away. He's going to throw underneath to Williams, but it's incomplete. Right at his feet. Unable to dig that one out of the turf here at Houston's Energy Stadium. Brings up 2nd and 10. Rodgers on the season. 287 completions, 460 attempts, 3,347 yards, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, but a quarterback rating of 90.7. Rodgers this time from the gun. Back to pass. Throws to Palmer near the 40. And he's tackled by King. 1 yard shy of the first down. Again, if you're just joining us, Detroit missing 2 of their big-time targets at wide receiver. Shepard and Chark. Shepard out with the knee injury. Chark out with the ankle injury. So 3rd and 1. Detroit going to try to pick this one up. Try to convert the 3rd down, keep the drive alive. As Williams will lean into the right side of that line. I think he's got it. No, they say he doesn't have it. I thought he had it. Let's look at that replay again. I thought he crossed the line there. So meanwhile, Dan Campbell has chosen not to challenge, and he sends out the punting team. King standing at about his own 22. Johnson gets away a good kick. King's going to backpedal to his own 11. He's to the 20. Finally stopped near the 25. And we're just under a minute to go here in the fast-moving first quarter. Houston leads at 6-0. A pair of Carlson field goals has been the difference so far for Houston. Three wide receiver set to start the series for Burrow. Back to pass, under pressure. Fires, gets rid of it to Sutton. He's got a first down and more. 40, 45, midfield, one man to beat. 40, 30, he could go all the way. 20, 10, touchdown Houston. Cortland Sutton. "76-yard touchdown connection between cool Joe Burrow and Cortland Sutton. Joe cool under pressure as the pocket was collapsing. Finds Sutton, and then Sutton and his defender are off to the races. Wow, what a huge play there for Houston. Carlson on for the point after. And it's good. So with 49 seconds left in the first quarter, the Roughnecks have jumped out to a 13-0 lead here in the Western Wildcard game. If this crowd wasn't already fired up, they are now. As the kickoff sails through the end zone for a touchback. Big play there by Joe Burrow. Detroit needing no response here. Play action. Rodgers is going to throw. Fires far sideline. Completes it to Watkins at the 45. Tackled near midfield by Newsome. 1st and 10 Detroit. So Rodgers responds with a nice long throw of his own. This time Rodgers stands in the pistol. Back to pass. Fires underneath to Williams. He breaks into Houston territory. Milano with a tackle at the Houston 47, and that'll be the final play of the first quarter. The Houston Roughnecks jump out to a 13-0 lead here in WFL 2022 playoffs. So I forgot to do this in the earlier game, so I did want to make sure that we did go over with you. The Gridiron Awards take place during the evening before the Pantheon Bowl, and so we have some of the nominees we want to announce to you on some of the bigger awards of the night. So the first one I meant to do and didn't get a chance to do was the Rookie of the Year. So we're going to go ahead and give you a quick look at the Rookie of the Year nominees. And first nominee is Najee Harris, the running back from Orlando. Big year for the Apollos. We'll get to see him in action tomorrow against Philadelphia. Davis Mills, quarterback from London, kind of the unexpected story of the year. He ends up taking over Carson Wentz, goes on a little mini winning streak there for the Knights. And then, of course, Micah Parsons, linebacker for New York, ends up with 9 sacks on the season. So those are your nominees for the 2022 WFL Rookie of the Year. So you want to make sure to stay tuned for that. Coming up the night before Pantheon Bowl 21. We'll take a look at our first quarter statistics here. And definitely dominated by the Roughnecks. Burrow 6 of 9, Rodgers 6 of 9. Burrow has 125 yards and a touchdown. Rodgers 62 yards and he had the 1 interception. So we head back down to the field of play. Detroit starting a drive of their own here, as Rodgers completed 2 consecutive passes. He'll throw on first down. Screen to Williams. He's to the 45, 40. Has the first down, tackled by Jones. Pickup of 9. Brings up 1st and 10. Rodgers moves under center. Play action. Back to pass. Under pressure. Gets rid of it over to Carter near the 30. Tackled by Jackson. They'll mark him down at the Houston 31 and bring him 2nd and 3. Rodgers looks like he's getting into a rhythm here on this third drive of the game for Detroit. Back to pass again. And that one's a little too far ahead of Williams, is incomplete. Stops the clock at 13:21 to go here in the second quarter. And we'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Wheels. Empty backfield behind Rodgers. Rodgers in trouble. There's a flag on the play, and he is sacked by Smoot.
Holding offense. Number 58, 10-yard penalty.
So the holding penalty will be declined. The result of the sack puts the ball at the Houston 36. It brings up 4th and 8, and we're going to see Justin Tucker attempt to put some points on the board here for Detroit. Tucker, 37 of 40 on the year for field goals. This one from about 54 yards away. Down the middle, and it's good. Nearby NASA could have tracked that one. Johnson Space Center. Over Houston, we don't have a problem. As the Wheels get on the board, and they're only trailing by 10, 13-3 with 13:09 left before halftime. Just a reminder, we've got games coming up tomorrow on Wildcard Sunday that I want to make you aware of. We're at the Philadelphia Bell taking on the Orlando Apollos in the Eastern Conference game. And then it'll be the Mexico City Aztecs taking on the San Antonio Commanders. So make sure to check out those games. And if you're not already a subscriber, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you'll be made aware of when we've got live games coming up. We're in playoffs now, so we're going to be doing all the games all the way up and through the Pantheon Bowl. Kickoff will be returned from just inside the end zone. King gets to about the 20 before he's tackled. They'll mark him down at the 22 of Houston. And Burrow in the offense comes back out. The give is to Johnson. Off tackle right. One tackle miss. Gets to the 25. They'll give him a 4-yard gain. Houston not known for their running attack. They ranked 15th in the league this season. Meanwhile, Detroit had a 6th-ranked rush defense. Three wide receivers in now for Houston. Burrow back to pass. Has time. Completes it to Amendola. He's got the first down at the 32. Veteran wide receiver Danny Amendola still getting it done for Houston. It brings up 1st and 10, ball at the Houston 33. Burrow from the pistol. Pressure. Fires over the middle. Completes to Gronkowski at midfield. And he'll be tackled by James inside Detroit territory. A 21-yard pickup for Gronkowski. Second catch of the day. Houston comes into the game with the 2nd-ranked passing offense. Detroit next to last passing defense, 19th in the league. There are 20 teams in the WFL. Burrow changing the play. Johnson on the draw play. He's to the 40, near the first down. Tackled by Anzalone at the 37. I'll bring up 2nd and 1. And off to Johnson into the right side of that line. He's going to be short. Nope, they say he's going to first down. Boy, I'm 0 for 2 today on my first down calls here. He didn't look like he made it. But they give him the first down, so fresh set of downs for Houston. Stevenson now will come into the game, give Johnson a breather. Off tackle left, gets to about the 33 before being tackled by Watt. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the first half. Roughnecks lead it by 10, 13-3. Now we have Moss into the game at running back. Burrow throws it down near sideline to Sutton, completes at the 15, tackled by Jackson. Sutton on the day, 3 catches, 110 yards, and the touchdown. They mark him down at the Detroit 13. Houston into the red zone. 5th overall offense in red zone scoring percentage. They are 88.7% when inside the red zone. Houston trying to extend the lead. Burrow back to pass. Under pressure. Looking for the end zone. And he misses Cooks there. I think Davis got a glove on it. Brings up 2nd and 10. Back to pass again on 2nd and long. For Cooks again, almost the exact same play there. And I think Cooks is petitioning for a penalty flag there. He thinks Davis may have gotten there a little too early, but he's not going to get the call. Brings up 3rd and 10. 8:06 left to go here in the second quarter. Houston empties out the backfield here on 3rd and 10. Burrows back to pass. Fires a short one to Amendola. Tries to get to the 10-yard line. Finally knocked out of bounds by Yasin. Only picks up 3. Now bring up 4th down, and we're going to get to see Daniel Carlson again for a field goal attempt. Carlson has made 2 earlier on the day. This one from about 29 yards out.
Offense, 5-yard penalty.
Movement on the line.
4th down.
Going to add a few more yards onto that for Carlson. Ball's moved back to the Detroit 15. First penalty on the day for Houston. This one from about 33 yards out. And it's up and through. So with 7:27 left to go before halftime, Houston with a 16-3 lead over Detroit here in the 2022 WFL playoffs. Carlson's kick sails through the back of the end zone, and Detroit will start at its own 25. These two teams have only met one time previously in postseason play, and you got to go all the way back to 1991. In the league semifinal game, Detroit won that game 42-31 at the old Silverdome. That's how far back you got to go for the last time these two teams matched up in the playoffs. I formation behind Rodgers. Hand off to Williams. He's going to off tackle right. He's to the 30. 32 before he's tackled by Holcomb. 7-yard gain brings up 2nd and 3. And we're going to see Deontay Foreman into the game for the first time, as Williams goes to the sideline, gets a break. He's close to the first down. Pickup of 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 1. Williams back into the game at running back. Jumbo package in for the Wheels. Give us to Williams. Plunges into the right side of the line. Does he have the first down? And Houston's going to challenge it. So Lovie Smith throws the challenge flag.
The runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
So Dan Campbell's incredulous there. He can't believe it on the sideline. He's talking to the side judge there as the Detroit punting team comes out. King standing at his own 27. Johnston gets away a good punt here. King's going to backpedal to his own 10. He's to the 20. Finally tackled by Jackson at the Houston 20. We've got 5:43 to go here in the second quarter. Houston with a 16-3 lead. If Houston holds on to win, they will go to St. Louis next Saturday, Christmas Eve, take on the Stars. If Detroit manages to come back and win this game, they will be playing next Sunday, Christmas Day, versus the number 1 seed in the West, the Las Vegas Outlaws. So 5:43 to go here until halftime. Ball's at the Houston 20 for the Roughnecks. Stevenson still in at running back. Burrow pitches right to Stevenson. Getting around the corner. He's to the 25, tackled by Anzalone after a pickup of 7. Burrow back to pass on 2nd and short. Looking for Stevenson, but it's a little too far ahead of him there. Can't get to it. Brings up 3rd and 3. Clock stops with 4:52 to go here in the first half. Burrow from the gun. Back to pass. Has time. Completes it to Sutton at the 35. Has the first down. Tackled by Jackson at the 38. Burrow, 11 of 17, 186 yards on the day. Moss will check into the game at running back. 3 wide receivers set for Houston. Burrow throws. Looking for Sutton, but it's over his head, incomplete. That's into the Houston sideline there. Brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 4 minutes and 1 second left. Give us to Moss, left side line, 40. And he's pushed out of bounds by Tryon Shoyenka and picks up 7. Clock stops with 3:54 to go. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 3 for Houston. They need to get to the Houston 48 to pick up the first down. Burrow, plenty of time to throw. Completes it to Amendola near the first down marker. And the referee signals first down. Burrow back to pass again. Over the middle, completes the hooks at the 45. Stopped by Davis at the Detroit 43. 2.5 minutes to go until halftime. Cooks, leading wide receiver for Houston, also selected to the Western Conference All-Star team. 70 catches, 1,076 yards, and 11 touchdowns this season. Burrow completes the pass to Cooks at the 40 to the 35. 30 finally wrestled down by Davis at the 27. And that will be the final play before the 2-minute warning. So with 2 minutes left, Houston has the ball at the Detroit 27. So as we were mentioning in the first quarter, we talked about the Rookie of the Year nominees for the Gridiron Awards coming up the night before the Pantheon Bowl. Let's take a look at our 2022 Coach of the Year nominees. And it's been narrowed down to 3. So nominees are from the Las Vegas Outlaws. We have Todd Bowles, Chip Kelly with the St. Louis Stars, and Kyle Shanahan of the Berlin Thunder. So those are your 3 nominees. Congratulations to all 3 of those coaches for the job they've done during the regular season. And all 3 of them are still playing in playoff mode. And all three of them are having the week off. They've earned the bye week. Head back down to the field. Hopefully I did that right. There we go. Getting a little bit better at the transition slides here. Hope you guys are catching that. So into the 2-minute warning. Houston has all 3 of their timeouts. Ball's at the Detroit 27. They lead 16-3, trying to add on. They can get a score here. Houston gets the ball, but also gets the ball back to start the 3rd quarter. Empty backfield behind Burrow. Under pressure, Watt up the middle. And Burrow pitches it to one of the linemen there. And it's a gain of 1. Burrow goes no huddle here. Gets the play off in time. Looking for a receiver. Completes it to Amendola at the 25. Yasin with the tackle at the Detroit 22. Brings up 3rd and 5. Clock going down to about 1.5 minutes here. Burrow calling for the ball. Back to pass. Time. Throws over the middle. Completes to Cooks inside the 15. Finally brought down at the 9 by Davis. 1st and goal, Houston. Under 1.5 minutes to go here until halftime. Burrow looking for the end zone here. Throws for Amendola, but it's incomplete. That will stop the clock with 59 seconds left. Johnson will port into the game at running back. Burrow calling for the ball. Back to pass. Looking. Oh! And he just misses Cooks. 54 seconds left to go until halftime. Brings up 3rd and goal. Burrow back to pass. Looking for the end zone. Oh! And Sutton cannot come down with it. He was surrounded by 2 white shirts there. And it will be Daniel Carlson again to try to add some points on for Houston. 26-yard attempt from Carlson is up and good. So Carlson with his 4th, if I can get the display up here, 4th field goal attempt of the day is good. And with 45 seconds left, Houston leads it 19-3. And for those of you that like things like this, Carlson is just 1 field goal away from tying a playoff record for most field goals made in postseason play. There are 3 players currently: Robbie Gould, Paul Ettinger, and Jagger. Played for BC back in 1996. All 3 of them hit 5 field goals in a game. And Carlson, of course, has plenty of time, still have a whole second half to go here, but I'm sure Houston, to a man, will tell you they'd love to get touchdowns as another kickoff sails throughout the end zone. So 45 seconds left, 3 timeouts left. We'll see what Aaron Rodgers and company will do here. Empty backfield for Detroit. Rodgers under pressure. Gets rid of it to Palmer. He's got a first down. He's to the 40. 1 man to beat. 50. 40. Finally tripped up by Sutton at the 37. Detroit racing to the line of scrimmage to get the next play off. Rodgers gets the play off in time. Completes it to Rodgers at the Palmer at the 30. Tackled by Sutton. Quick timeout called by head coach Dan Campbell. Stops the clock with 17 seconds left. So 2 timeouts remain for the Wheels. 2nd and 2. Rodgers, back to pass. Uh-oh, and he's dropped by Hunter. Oh, hit the sack by Danielle Hunter. Another timeout called by Detroit. Gonna see if we can see that play again on replay. Apparently not. So stops the clock with 11 seconds. And we'll see if that kind of changes the play call there for Detroit. Rodgers back to pass on 3rd and long. Over the middle, completes it to Kelsey. Down to about the 31-yard line. And Detroit will call time with just 3 seconds remaining. They'll use their last timeout here. And we are going to see Justin Tucker come out and attempt a field goal here to end the first half. Tucker on for a 49-yard field goal attempt to end the first half. And it's good. So as both teams race to the locker rooms, Houston Roughnecks 19, Detroit Wheels 6, as we head to halftime. Again, thank you for joining us on the Replay Sports Channel. It's the playoffs here in the World Football League. Game 2 of our Saturday wildcard playoff game between Detroit and Houston. Houston leads it by a score of 19-6. Earlier today, Toronto defeated Birmingham 21-15. They had to go to overtime for it. Justin Herbert, 16-yard touchdown pass to DJ Moore with just under 10 minutes to go in overtime to win that game. Herbert would finish the day 30 of 42, 301 yards, and a touchdown. And then taking a look at the wild card chart, and I don't have the one for the East, but we'll still have to wait till tomorrow's Philadelphia-Orlando game to see where the Hitmen and the winner of the Philadelphia-Orlando game will be seated. So we'll head back to the field very quickly, show you some look at the halftime statistics here. Burrow having a great game so far, 16 of 26, 231 yards, the 1 touchdown. Cooks, 5 catches, 51 yards. And then for Detroit, Rodgers, 11 of 15, 134 yards. Palmer, his number 1 receiver, 4 catches for 59 yards. Red zone attempts. Houston has been in the red zone 4 times. They've come away with at least 4 field goals. They've come away with points each time. Slight edge in time of possession for Houston. So we go to the second half, 30 minutes to go to determine who will move on to the divisional round of the playoffs. As Tucker prepares to kick this one away, and King will watch it sail through the end zone for a touchback. Johnson back in at running back. Play action. Blitz coming on, and he's sacked.
Encroachment defense. Number 90, 5-yard penalty.
So that sack will not count. Some members of the Detroit Wheels defensive line got there a little bit too early. Now bring up 1st and 5. Burrow from the pistol, back to pass. Looking for Gronkowski, but it's incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run the draw play here on 2nd and short. Johnson's got the first down, past the 35 and tackled by Hooker at the 41. 1st and 10, Houston. Burrow back to pass on 1st down. Throws the far side to Amendola. makes the catch, finally shoved out of bounds by Dantzler as he reaches just inside Detroit territory. Another first down for Houston. They'll mark the ball at the Detroit 47. Burrow under center. Play action. Back to pass. Throws near side to Gronkowski, was incomplete. Two weren't on the same page there. Brings up 2nd and 10. First playoff game for Joe Burrow. Back to pass. Completes this one to Johnson. He's to the 40, has the first down, finally tackled near the 35 by Tryon Shoyinka. I'll mark him at the Detroit 35, 1st and 10, 13-12 to go here, just starting the third quarter. Pass to Amendola at the 30. Tackled by Dantzler. And we have an injured player. It's the center for Houston, Mack. And he's clutching his left side of his chest there, probably his ribs. So that'll bring in Clemente. Cineo Clemente, he'll do a couple of practice snaps there on the sideline before heading into the huddle with Joe Burrow. 2nd and 2, 12:34 to go in the third quarter. The Roughnecks lead at 19-6. If they win, they go on to St. Louis to play the Stars on Christmas Eve. Give us to Johnson, off tackle right. He's going to be stopped in the backfield. They'll say he made it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So I'll bring up 3rd and 2. Take a look at those third down conversions for you. Detroit 0 for 6 on third down so far tonight. Houston 4 of 8. Burrow with time, looking, fires. Oh, it's intercepted. Burrow was looking for Pascal, but Dantzler takes the ball away, and Detroit will get the ball. Burrow's first interception of the day, and Detroit will start possession at their own 17 with 11:49 left to go. Detroit with a golden opportunity here. Try to narrow the gap as Williams gets the off-tackle right handoff. Gets to about the 20. Gain of 3 yards. Brings up 2nd and 7. Yeah. Pascal was a victim of highway robbery there. Better check his wallet, see if it's still there. Williams gets it again, off tackle left. Gets to the 24. So I'll bring up 3rd and 3. Detroit 0 for 6 today on third downs. Rodgers, back to pass. Over the middle, completes it to Carter at the 34. He's got the first down. Detroit converts their first third down of the evening. Rodgers, 12 of 16, 144 yards tonight. Williams off tackle left. Gets to about the 37. Tackled by Hunter. 9:39 to go here in the third quarter. Detroit trying to take advantage of the early turnover here in the third quarter. Williams up the middle, near the 40, tackled by Smoot. Just a 2-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 5. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Rodgers back to pass. Fires, completes to Watkins near midfield. Detroit picks up their second consecutive third down conversion. Pickup of 10 yards. Ball will be spotted at the Detroit 49. Rodgers back to pass on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Watkins and Newsom got all tangled up there, and the ball fell to the ground incomplete. Clock stops with 7:42 to go in the third quarter. The Wheels trail by 2 scores. Comes the blitz. Rodgers steps in to throw, completes it to Palmer at the 40 of Houston. Finally stopped by King at the Houston 34. Rodgers, 14 of 19 for 171 yards. Detroit on the move. Rodgers under center. Play action. Back to pass. Looking to throw downfield for Watkins, but it's tipped away at the last moment by Newsom. Incomplete. 6:49 to go here in the third quarter. Brings up 2nd and 10. Pass on 2nd and 10. Over the middle. Completes it to Kelsey at the 20. Pinpoint passing here by Rodgers in the third quarter. 14-yard gain. Another first down. Travis Kelsey signals. Much to the chagrin of the Houston fans. Ball will be placed at the Houston 20. That was the 10th play of the drive. Rodgers going to throw on first down. Completes it to Palmer at the 10. He's finally tackled by King at the Houston 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Detroit. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Detroit trying to make this a 1-score game. Rodgers will throw on 1st and goal. Pass, intended in and out of the hands of Watkins. Stops the clock with 5:16 to go, third quarter. Rodgers to pass again. Oh, Kelsey had it and then he dropped it at the goal line. Morig there. Dislocating the ball. Third and goal. Houston fans are up on their feet, making some noise. Heavy package in now for Detroit. Give us to Williams. Off tackle left. He's only going to get to about the 1. Oh, and decision time here for Dan Campbell. They are going to go for it. And can it get any louder here at Energy Stadium? Rodgers puts his hands over the ear holes so he can hear the play being called in over the headset. They break the huddle. Houston defensive players encouraging the fans to make even more noise. This could be a key play in this Western Wildcard game. Foreman now into the game at running back. Detroit going for the score. Foreman. He's stopped. He is stopped. Jones with a stop at the 3-yard line. And the Houston fans applaud their defense as they head back to the sidelines. So the defense responds. They stop Detroit from taking advantage of the turnover. And Houston will get the ball back. Detroit comes away with nothing off of that possession. Houston starting from their own 3-yard line. Give is to Johnson. He's going to get to the 5. Tackled by Watt at the 8. What a defensive stand there by the Roughnecks. Receiving high fives and praise there by the assistant coaches. All up and down that sideline. 2nd and 5 from the 8-yard line. Johnson will get the carry again. And he gets close to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 2, bring up 3rd and 3. Burrow looking to pass on 3rd and short. Over the middle, completes it to Sutton at the 20. Sutton with his 5th catch of the day. 133 yards. Ball will be placed at the Houston 22. Sweep right to Johnson. He's to the 25. Finally stopped at the 28 by Williams. Gain of 6. Burrow to throw. He's under pressure and dropped. Oliver with the sack. And it'll put Houston back at their own 22. 3rd sack of the day by the Detroit defense. Detroit's defense ranked 3rd overall in sacks made by the defensive unit. So about a minute and 43 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4 wide receiver set in for Houston. Under pressure, Burrow throws, completes to Cooks at the 30. There is a penalty flag on the play as he's short of the first down.
Holding. Offense. Number 70. 10-yard penalty.
So the penalty will be declined. The ball is a yard shy of the first down. And we're going to see Cook punt. I think it's the first time. Is this the first time we've seen him punt today? I think this might be the first time we've seen him punt. Carter will be the deep man to receive, standing at about his own 31. Cook gets away a beauty. Carter retrieves it at his own 15. He's the 20, the 30, 35 before being tackled there. Clock stops with 53 seconds left. Detroit now trying to rebound after that drive all the way down to the Houston one that gave them 0 points. Rodgers in trouble, and he's dropped by Milano. Third sack of the day of the Detroit quarterback. Make it 2nd and 15, ball at the Detroit 30. With time, completes it to Watkins at the 41. Tackled by Newsome.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 96. 5-yard penalty.
So the penalty is declined. Clock stops with 9 seconds to go here, third quarter. They'll bring up 3rd and 2. Rodgers calling for the ball. Back to pass. Drifts to his right. Throws to Proche near the 48. He'll have the first down. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. We head into the final quarter with the Roughnecks leading at 19-6 over the Detroit Wheels. No scoring, but plenty of drama in that third quarter, highlighted by Detroit's lengthy drive after the Burrow interception. But the Houston defensive wall stood and prevented no points from being scored by Detroit. Houston still leads by 2 scores. They win, they'll play St. Louis on Christmas Eve next Saturday. If Detroit can pull the comeback here, they will be going to Las Vegas next Sunday on Christmas Day for the divisional round of the playoffs. After picking up the first down, Detroit has the ball near midfield. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Rodgers is going to pass on first down. Looking downfield for Watkins, who dives but cannot come up with it. Incomplete. Rodgers on the day, 18 of 27, 217 yards. Led Birmingham to a pair of championships back in 2014 and 2015. Came to Detroit after Brady went to Tampa Bay, trying to lead Detroit to a championship. Third time these two teams have seen each other this year. Screen pass over to Williams was incomplete. Milano may have deflected that one. Brings up 3rd and 10. empty backfield. Rodgers back to pass. Under pressure. Gets rid of it. Looking for Carter, but he was surrounded by at least 3 red shirts there. Falls incomplete. Brings up 4th and 10. And out will come the Detroit punting unit. Johnston's going to try to angle it toward the sidelines here. And gets near the 20. And that's where they'll mark it. 32-yard punt. Clock stops with 14:36 left. Houston will start at their own 20. Give us to Johnson. Off tackle left. Near the 24. Stopped by Stewart. They'll give him a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. On the day, Houston, it's mainly been David Johnson. Houston as a team has run the ball 19 times for 81 yards. They're averaging 4.3 yards per carry. Compare that to Detroit, 12 carries, 31 yards, just 2.6 yards per carry. From the gun. Burrow back to pass near sideline to Cooks. He's going to tiptoe across the line there. Got his feet in before falling out of bounds. Great footwork there by Cooks. Very much an all-star-like catch. Gain of 13. That's his 7th catch of the night. 1st and 10 Houston, ball at the Houston 38. Burrow nearing the 300-yard mark in his first playoff game. Completes it to Sutton near midfield. That's going to put him over 300. Jackson makes the tackle at midfield. Burrow on the night, 23 of 36, 310 yards, 1 touchdown. Houston looking to put the nail into the coffin here. Completes it to Sutton on the near sideline. Covered by 2 men. Jackson with the tackle. I mean, I think he barely made the first down. Dan Campbell will challenge here.
Upon further review, the runner was stopped short of the first down. No timeout will be charged.
So Sutton with his 7th reception of the day. He has 7. Cooks has 7. Amendola has 6. Burrow distributing the ball very liberally around. 2nd and inches now. Stevenson into the game at running back. 12.5 minutes to go in this one. Stevenson picks up the first down a little more. Gets to the 35. Finally tackled by Williams at the 30. Pickup of 9 yards for Ramondre Stevenson. Stevenson will stay in the game. He'll be the lone running back. Burrow pitches left to Stevenson. Trying to get around the end, but he's going to be tackled behind the line of scrimmage by a very, very angry T.J. Watt. 8-yard loss for Stevenson. T.J. Watt trying to get that defensive unit motivated here as time is beginning to slip away for Detroit. Burrow back to pass. Over the middle. Completes it to Gronkowski at the 30. He's tackled by James. 9-yard gain. It'll bring up 3rd and 9. Houston needs to get to the Detroit 20 to get the first down. Burrow from the pistol. Cooks on a jet sweep. And he's going to get about 3 forward with the tackle there. So it brings up 4th and 6. And out will come Daniel Carlson. Carlson with an opportunity to tie a WFL playoff record. He has 4 in the bank, and this one will put him in a 4-way tie for most field goals in a playoff game. From about 44 yards out, Carlson's kick is up, and it's good. Oh, it's not going to count. Christensen with the hold. So wipe that one off the board. Carlson will attempt this one again. This time from 53 yards out. And he's money. It's right down the middle. No! Christian gets... Oh, he's going to need to go somewhere in the witness protection program or something. 2 consecutive holding calls on this guy. And that's going to take him out of field goal range. An opportunity to tie a playoff record. And out will come the punting unit. Oh. Nobody's sitting near that guy. Cook's going to try to coffin corner punt this one. This one's going to land inside the 5-yard line and roll dead. He'll get a Detroit bounce at the 6-yard line. That's where they'll stop it. 9:34 left to play, so a little bit of comedy of errors there for Houston. So Detroit still down by 2 scores, looking to come back here. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts. Under 10 minutes to go. Williams will get the handoff. He's going to go off tackle left. Gets to about the 9-yard line. Pick up a 3. Rodgers changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Looking to go deep. Has Palmer open on the sidelines, but it's incomplete. King with some great coverage there. Palmer could not bring that ball in. 3rd and 7. Rodgers from the pistol throws it to Kelsey. He's got the first down. There is a flag on the play.
Holding offense number 63, 5-yard penalty.
So holding on the offensive line, that's going to be half the distance to the goal line. So the ball will be placed at the Detroit 4. It brings up 3rd and 12. To get to the 16-yard line for the first down. From his own end zone, Rodgers, under pressure, throws underneath to Watkins at the 10. He's going to be tackled there by Newsome, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Detroit forced to punt here with 8.5 minutes to go in the game. Very frustrated Aaron Rodgers heading back to the sideline. King standing at midfield, looking to get a good return on this one. As Johnston punts it away. King will backpedal, and Houston will get possession at their own 38. 7:48 left to go in this one. Houston getting closer and closer to winning this playoff game. And moving on to go to St. Louis to take on the Stars next week. Johnson is the lone setback. He'll get the handoff off tackle right. And a pickup of about 2. $14 carries, 61 yards on the day for Johnson. Again, he is getting the most of the work here today because of the injury to Nick Chubb. Chubb out with a knee injury. He was doubtful. Qualifying by making it to the next round. They hope to have him back next week. Johnson's had to deal with his own injuries throughout his career. Has found a home here in Houston. He'll get the handoff off tackle right. Oliver grabs him from behind. Now bring up 3rd and 8. Under 7 minutes to go in this one. Empty backfield behind Burrow. He's back to pass. Plenty of time. Throws over the middle, completes to Gronkowski at the 50. Gronkowski signals first down, a la Travis Kelce. Says, I can one-up you here. 1st and 10, Houston. Gronkowski with his 4th catch of the day. Johnson back into the game at running back. He'll get the handoff up the middle. With a yard, they'll stop him at about the Detroit 47. On 2nd and 9, Johnson will go left side this time. He's to the 45, 40. Here's the first down. There's a fumble on the play. Who picks it up? And Houston recovers it. So it is recovered by Houston. They're going to mark the ball back at the Detroit 40. That will bring up 3rd and 2. Jumbo package in for Houston. I formation behind Burrow, taking his time calling the plays. Give us to Johnson. He's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th down. And the play call not very well received here in Houston. And this time again, Cook attempting to put Detroit deep into their own territory. He was successful in his last punt attempt. This one's going inside the 10, inside the 5, out of bounds at the 4-yard line. 3:40 left to go. Desperation mode now for the Detroit Wheels. They need 2 scores. They're running out of time. Figure they're going to see him go no huddle here. 3 wide receivers set. Rodgers standing in his own end zone. Gets rid of it quickly to Palmer at the 10-yard line. He's trying to get out of bounds. And does. They'll mark him out of bounds at the Detroit 11. 3:37 left to go in this one. Rodgers back to pass. Fires for Kelsey over the head, almost intercepted there by King, and it'll bring up 3rd and 3. Four wide receivers set in for Detroit. Under pressure, Rodgers gets rid of it to Kelsey. He's got the first down. He's to the 20. He's trying to get out of bounds to save some clock. He steps out of bounds at the Detroit 25. Clock stops with 3:25 to go. Rodgers to Palmer at the 31. King keeps him in bounds. Palmer with 104 yards today. Hurry up offense now for Detroit. Rodgers looking over the middle. Completes it to Watkins near the 44. Tackled by Newsome. Gain of 12. First down. Continuing with that no-huddle offense. Rodgers in trouble. Passes. Looking for Kelsey in stride, but I think Moore tipped it at the last second. Brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with 2:39. From the Detroit 44, Rodgers will go back to pass. Looking, has time. Intercepted by Gardner Johnson. Gardner Johnson with the interception that will probably seal the deal for the Roughnecks. Now, I think they were keying on Kelsey there because if you watch the replay here, Kelsey goes out into the flat, goes to come back, and Rodgers overthrew him. So either Kelsey ran the wrong route or Rodgers threw the wrong pass. But Gardner Johnson's there to receive it. So 2:32 to go here in this one. And Houston looking to record a playoff victory for head coach Lovie Smith and that Houston coaching staff. Give us to Johnson, off tackle left. He'll pick up about a yard. And Detroit will not use a timeout here, and that will take us down to the 2-minute warning. So with 2 minutes left, Houston on their way to a divisional playoff matchup with Central Division foe St. Louis Stars on Christmas Eve. Try something I haven't done recently is the webcam. So take you inside the Replay Sports Channel studio. Hi everybody, this is what Glenn Walker looks like. Welcoming you to the broadcast, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch the Replay Sports Channel. Not only do we have football, we also have baseball, basketball, hockey, golf, even soccer. So hoping to have a lot more of the other sports coming on soon. We're in playoff time, so probably a lot of playoff football. Started a new baseball replay, the 1961 replay, so that'll be coming up as well. But again, just wanted to see what I look like coming into today's game, so I wanted you to see that. So we're going to head back on the field, though, where the game should be the focus, as Houston is just 2 minutes away from sealing the deal here and moving on. And for Detroit, Another one and done, second consecutive year of exiting in the wild card round. There is a
start. Offense.
Flag.
Number 85, 5-yard penalty.
As
Repeat,
Joku gets caught moving before he was supposed to. So fourth penalty on the day for Houston. Detroit has 5 for 35 yards today. Yeah, I've been getting a little bit better with the OBS software. So hopefully that's panning out. Burrow missed handoff there. He's going to have to eat that one. There is a fumble, though. Oh. Gets the ball back. Whoa, that could have been disaster. Detroit will immediately use a timeout, stop the clock with 1:53. So now here's something interesting. You've got 3rd and 15. And you've got a kicker who could tie a record here. So just saying what Houston might be thinking of here. Houston does empty out the backfield here on 3rd and long. Detroit has 2 timeouts left. Burrow from the pistol. He's got time. He's going to throw a short pass over to Cooks behind the line of scrimmage. Finally tackled by Davis, but I think he lost another yard. So, with 1:49 left to go, Carlson will come out on the field. And at least it looks like they're going to attempt a field goal here. This one would be from about...
Offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, 4th down.
It would have been from about 56, 57 yards, but they do take the delay a game. So that will move the ball back to the Detroit 45. So they will bring in the punting unit. So Cook, 2 excellent punts, his last 2 attempts, put him inside the 5. See if he can do it again. And he does it again. Let's put a golf club in this guy's hand. Out of bounds at the 4. Again, puts it inside the 5. So 1:42. Horrible starting field position for Aaron Rodgers and the Detroit Wheels. Got to pass here. They only have 1 timeout left. He'll go back to pass. There is a penalty flag on the play. Incomplete to Watkins.
Encroachment, defense. Number 96, 5-yard penalty.
So Alex Kemp and his crew getting some extra face time here tonight. Detroit trying to pull off the miracle here. They're down by 2 scores as the pass for Palmer is incomplete. All the scoring took place in the first half. We've had no points here in the second half. Second and 5. 94 seconds left in this one. Rodgers with plenty of time. Finally fires underneath to Carter. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. Clock running. Third and 1. He's going to throw. Looking to throw deep. Hits Carter in stride at the 30, but he drops the ball. Cannot hang on. So they'll bring up 4th and 1, and Detroit has no other option but to go for it here on 4th and 1. This could be the last throw of the dice here for Aaron Rodgers and the Detroit Wheels. Plenty of time to throw. Completes it to Watkins at the 28. He's got the first down, but they have under a minute to play here. They're going to have to hurry. Rodgers hustling his team up to the line of scrimmage. Clapping his hands. Gets the snap off in time. Looking. Plenty of time to throw. Going to air it out. Looking for Kelsey, but it's incomplete. Clock stops with 39 seconds. Rodgers, 25 of 43, 282 yards in this game. Not able to put any points on the board other than the 2 field goals by Justin Tucker, as Onyemata with the sack. And that'll force Detroit to use their final timeout. Clock stops with 33 seconds. Third and 16. 5 wide receivers in for the Wheels. Rodgers back to pass. Has time. Looking. Oh, and the ball's deflected by Newsome. Watkins had a beat on that one and then deflected by Newsome at the last second. 4th and 16. 28 seconds left. Rodgers in trouble. Gets the pass away to Arcega-Whiteside, and he's going to be tackled well short of the first down, and that's going to be it. Victory formation for Joe Burrow and the Houston Roughnecks. And Burrow with the kneel down. And that will do it from here at Energy Stadium. The Roughnecks 19, the Wheels 6. Cortland Sutton will be your game MVP, pretty much due to that 76-yard pass reception from Joe Burrow near the end of the first quarter. That was really much, the game breaker there. He'll finish the day with 7 receptions, 156 yards, and the 1 touchdown. So the Houston Roughnecks will move on. They will play the St. Louis Stars next Saturday, which means the winner of the Mexico City-San Antonio game will go to Las Vegas to take on the Outlaws on Christmas Day. So that's going to do it here from the Replay Sports Channel. I want to appreciate all of you for coming by to watch the game. If you watch it later, feel free to subscribe, and you can catch action live here on the Replay Sports Channel. So again, Glenn Walker signing off. Enjoy your evening.